welcome back to the HCW YouTube channel. My name is RateWrestle, and today we've got another review. It's the first one we're ever doing with BCCW with actually a guest on the show. So you may know him from Hot Tag Reviews. The Bastard, how are you doing?
I'm good, my son. How are you?
Yeah, I'm living the dream. As we were discussing prior to this, I've just been to Mega Slam, and it was the best time I've ever had in my life.
Yay, the camps.
Yeah, I literally have PTSD now from it. So we're here to review King of the Division 2, the show that was on the 10th of February. I have no excuse for not remembering a lot of this show, whereas you were drinking heavily and you didn't know you were going to be on the show until literally about 4 days ago.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
We'll just roll with it and see what happens. What's the worst that could happen?
I call Jack Ball Luke Basham again and he tries to fight me more. But
I would have never brought that up, don't you worry.
Yeah, no, it's, well, talking of the first match then, so we kicked off with a King Division qualifying match. The winner of this entered the scramble later on in the show. So we had the 21st Century hero Luke Douglas versus Jack Ball. So I have vivid memories of this because basically Jack Ball was coming down to the ring. He was being an absolute dick to everyone, ripping up signs and everything like that. And then Luke was already in the ring and he was pissed off about the whole incident from the prior show. And then Jack looked at me and pointed, and I was like, is he actually pointing at me? And then Luke whammed him in the back of the head, and I was like, okay, he's just, that'll be it now. It wasn't. So Luke and Jack were brawling in the hallway of where we were sitting. And then Luke high-fived me, and instantly I knew Luke's high-fived me just so Jack definitely know it's me. I was like, oh no. So out of nowhere, Jack Ball grabs Luke, turns around to me and goes, who the fuck is Luke Basham now? And we're like, and he's going, chop him. And I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
You should have got one in. You should have got at least one in.
No, I can't do it on Luke. Me and Luke have history. Not Basham, Luke Douglas. And then eventually he turned Luke around, absolutely whammed him with a chop and looked at me and said, that's because of you. And I went, that's on me. It's on me.
It was all you.
Yeah, dog. Some mistakes were made. But yeah, this is the first time I've actually seen Jack Ball, and I'm really impressed. Well, I'm going to be honest. Very good.
I haven't seen him before, other than the previous show. Obviously, his little running.
Yeah.
First time I've seen him, so it's quite impressive. To be fair.
Yeah, very impressive. I said, like the running out with the Luke Basham it wasn't my fault. Basically, he ran in. I asked some fans near him, and they went, oh, yeah, that's Luke Basham. I've never seen Luke Basham, never seen Jack Ball, so I'm going to assume it's Luke Basham. Sue me. But yeah, it kicked off in the ring. It was just like a brawl, because obviously Douglas wasn't happy with what happened in the previous show. And it ended with Jack Ball rolling up Luke and grabbing the rope to pick up the win, and that meant that Jack Ball is going to be qualifying for the scramble later on the show.
Yeah. Sorry.
No,
yeah, this for me, I enjoyed it. It needed the jump start. It needed that initial run out bang. Let's get it on straight away. I think it had a little bit too long outside.
Yeah.
Didn't need outside as much. You know, it's only a 3-minute match. I understand why the time constraints was there for it, because I know about that. But
yeah.
You could have cut that short a little bit, get it in there. But overall, for a short match, it was pretty decent.
No, yeah. I rated 2.5 stars. It was good for 3 minutes. It was good. It was intense. Yeah. I was involved, so it probably that's why I built it up a bit more. Didn't expect it. Didn't want it. And to throw a bit of like behind the scenes things with Luke. Obviously, as you said, he had to go to another show afterwards, so this wasn't enough to do with this. But when I was doing the review of Alex Connors, Luke won his match by grabbing the ropes and picking up the win. So he picked up something from his share on the match, clearly.
Love it. You gotta love it.
I do love that kind of thing. I didn't mention it on the Kamikaze one, but on this one, because it's already gone by, it was just funny to mention. But yeah, Luke Jack Ball, very good, and I'm a big fan of Luke anyway.
Yeah,
definitely. So we move on to I believe it was a debut for Riley Nova. I don't know if he's been at BCCW previously. I caught him at What Culture? Good grief, Wrestle Carnival. Just the other day. And he was fighting a veteran of BC and just the West Midlands scene, Mark Clark.
Yeah.
This match, from what I remember, it was very straight down the middle, kind of like technical from Mark Clark, just overpowering Riley Nova, just kind of showing he was a bit of a veteran. And out of nowhere, if I remember, Riley Nova picked up like a shock win, if I remember. I can't remember how he picked up the win.
Low blow.
Low blow, that was it. I knew there was some dodginess about it. Yeah, picked up the low blow and picked up the win. I said I do apologise for the limited review of that. I was drinking. I didn't do notes. You weren't even planned to be on this, so.
I have a little bit of an in because my wife's doing the photos, so I get to have a little
relive.
I really enjoyed this because this was a straight wrestling match for me, and I like. I love straight wrestling, especially when it's done properly. And these two did it properly.
Really
straight through, and it told the story. I'm not familiar with Nova that much. I've seen him once through Wrestle Carnival.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I've seen of him. So, but I enjoyed this. I really did enjoy this wrestling match.
Yeah, were you at the Wrestle Carnival show recently? The Empire, was it the one prior?
Stuff online more so.
Okay. Yeah. So, but yeah, I've got the notes of what I rated 3 stars. I did very much enjoy it. And obviously, Riley Nova picked up the win with a low blow. He's a bad man.
He's a bad man, and it was okay.
It's fine.
Nothing wrong with being a bit of a bastard.
No, that's got to live the gimmick. But next up, we had Joseph Connors and LJ Cleary. I was looking forward to this. I'm a massive fan of Joseph Connors. Ever since like his righteous stuff in Southside and stuff like that, just him being an absolute dick to everyone. And when I originally went to the show prior to this, I was really surprised to see Joseph Connors as being a nice guy.
Yeah.
So people that hadn't seen the previous reel, I'll put in the link. But basically, Joseph Connors and LJ Cleary were tagging. I believe against Clarkwood. And there was a bit of miscommunication with LJ Cleary, and it ended up with them losing their tag team match. And then Joseph Connors, his nice guy act, lasted 5 minutes. He just planted LJ Cleary twice and just rubbed his boots on him and walked off. So this started like obviously a grudge match between them. So I really enjoyed LJ Cleary as well. Like he's got that typical like fan favorite music going on, The Beautiful Life.
Beautiful life.
Every show he'll do the thing where he'll come out. It doesn't matter how loud the fans are cheering. It's not good enough. It's Mega Slam PTSD. He's coming in now. So he comes back out. Cheers again. Not good enough. And then the third time lucky. It's always good enough. But this one was really good. From what I remember from it, it was just like Joseph Connors, obviously the heel tactician, beating down LJ Cleary. LJ Cleary, he used to be a bit more high flying, but he's gone towards more of like a technical side. But there is the impact and like the fan favorite like fare. Joseph Connors kept getting the lyrics to the song wrong. So it's supposed to be a beautiful life, and Joseph Connors kept trying to wind up the fans, but he kept saying it's a beautiful night, which was quite awkward.
I'm going to jump on this one a bit because this is my match of the night. I absolutely love this match. Easily my match of the night. This. Part of my being a bastard is that I will not lie about how I feel when it comes to wrestling.
Yeah.
I won't sugarcoat it, but that includes the fans. And if anyone goes to a show and I'm there, I'm loud.
Yeah.
Unless it's a bad day, I'm always loud because no matter what, the boys in the ring are putting on a fucking show.
Definitely.
They deserve everything. And I think a lot of this, the crowd like sat on the hands a bit. And Josh was the absolute veteran that he is. He managed to get that crowd and remind them why they're there and you should be cheering for Cleary. And it was fucking brilliant. Yeah. Absolute veteran brilliance from the guy. He's amazing.
That's what I big up Joseph Connors. Joseph Connors, like I said, his heel work forever. Like I haven't seen him ever be a face, I'm going to be honest, except for BCCW for that 5 minutes. But he's always been a great heel. And anyone he's against, like he'll get the crowd behind them just because he's that much of a bastard. But yeah, from what I rated 3.25 stars. I remember Riley Nova jumped in to kind of cost LJ Cleary. So a backstory of that, Riley Nova is a trainee of Joseph Connors. So the opposite thing happened at Wrestle Carnival where Joseph Connors couldn't turn up, so Riley Nova got absolutely destroyed by Nathan Cruz. So he's a good follower of Joseph Connors. But yeah, it was a very good match.
Yeah, brilliant. Start to finish. Not taking away from Cleary either, because Cleary's fantastic in the ring. And like you said, that whole "It's a Beautiful Life," it was fantastic. Gets everyone going, man. Brilliant. Loved it.
First time I saw it was OTT. It just pounds the room, doesn't it? It's one of them songs you can't not enjoy. But overall, yeah, very good match, and I'm looking forward to it because it's got a setup for us. Like Connor's coming back with Nova against Cleary and someone.
Yeah, we're definitely looking like we're heading that direction in it, and I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see who Cleary either gets within BCCW to help him out, or if he brings someone along. Yeah. And we had the intermission at this point, and then we came back with. I expect this to be the main event. I'm going to be honest. But obviously, due to I'm guessing circumstances, this had to go on first in the second half. So we had the King of the Division match. So we had Jack Ball, who just qualified, Lucas Cashmere, the champion, Aluna Blue, Matt Clark, Regan, and TJ Sky. The man that RC Chaos forgot was in the match. I'm gonna throw some shade on him just to get away from
by the Luke Basham moment. That's it.
God damn it. So yeah, Jack Ball. The people that was sitting with were the people that won the giveaway for our giveaway with the show. They started a Luke Basham chant.
Yeah.
And Jack Ball just looked at me like you've ruined everything. And he just like in this first match, it was kind of like obviously he kind of used it and he kind of used it against and kind of get everyone. Second match, people started calling him Luke Basham. He literally just looked, and I don't even look like him. And I was just like this, going. I saw RC turn around just to look at the camera. And say, oh no.
I could just glance across and watch you dying in your chair.
Yeah. Because it's kind of like now, like if this becomes a thing, like he doesn't even look like Luke Basham, and I feel bad.
I'll make sure it carries on, just like when you're in there, just to let him know, keeps you in.
Yeah, got to keep my gimmick strong. But yeah, so this is obviously a complete clusterfuck of a match, scramble match. I didn't know prior to we did the preview that I thought this was just going to be a one full finish match. But no, it was like the old school 15 minutes, like 17 people could hold the title during this match. I was surprised, though. There was only 2 technical title changes during the whole of the matchup. So Aluna Blue picked up the title, and she defended it pretty much for like 13, 14 minutes of the match. And I said it was an absolute clusterfuck. It's the typical kind of one move, one in out kind of move. The heels absolutely looking like plebs because the faces are all going over them. But Aluna Blue had it for most of the match, and then it ended with Luke Cashmere and Jack Ball simultaneously picking up the fall, ending in a draw. So that was the end of that. And then before we discuss with that, Aluna Blue picked up an injury. Which I don't know if you know anything about that, I didn't even see it. What happened? I was watching the match.
Yeah, I mean, Luna, she dominated that match. She got such a showing, and she's one of them.
Very good.
She's got better and better each time. She's absolutely fantastic, and she was getting over as well with everyone, which is brilliant. Yeah, she went down. She twisted her ankle.
Okay.
Got it was a sprain, I think, or a slight sprain. But she's okay. She's healing. There's nothing serious. So hopefully we'll see her in April.
Yeah, because I saw her get carried out, and I was oh god, I didn't even notice she got injured. And before we get to what happened, after the thing, also Regan got attacked by Steve Keane. Just got taken to the void, just never to be seen again.
Steve Keane's thing, that is. He just Potter appears, Steve Keane takes someone away to the darkness.
Yeah, so literally the shadow realm, just gone. So yeah, that Regan was out of that. So this pretty much left Matt Clark, TJ Sky, Lucas Cashmere, and Jack Ball, because obviously Luna's injury. It ended up with both of them hitting splashes, and yeah, they picked up the win. And it was announced after this, to the boos of the audience, because no one knew this rule, that because it ends in a draw, Lucas Cashmere just retains. Fans weren't having that.
He retains it. That's it. Yeah. I mean, you got to look. Do you go Iron Man match, Brett and Sean? Do you give them an extra
Yeah, 5 minutes. Yeah.
or champion gets it, doesn't it?
Yeah. So obviously Jack Ball was quite annoyed via this, and then to top things off, Jack Ball they were going, "Oh yeah, you're going to defend, you're going to have a chance at the next show." But also Luke Douglas is going to be in it, and it's kind of just to screw him a bit more. But obviously it's fair enough because obviously Luke got screwed out of this match. So we are at the next show, the only match announced so far. We got Lucas Cashmere versus Luke Douglas versus Luke Basham. Jack Ball. Oh no. So that's going to be a very, very good match. Like Lucas Cashmere is an excellent wrestler. Luke Douglas always pulls out great matches, and Jack Ball has said one match I've seen him in, well, two technically on the night, and he's such a character in his wrestling. He's a very good wrestler.
Yeah, this could be a really good back and forth between the three, and they're all talented enough to make it so it's not a one in one out job as well. You see some decent triple threat freeway action.
No, definitely. That's the trouble. Yeah, with a scramble match, obviously the 6 people, you can't have continuous everyone flying there in the cogs, because you can have it, but no one's going to know what's happening, or you're going to have one in, one out in the ring. I rate that 3.25 stars. I really enjoyed that match. As I said, it was just an absolute clusterfuck, and it set up the next show nicely.
That's what you expected, don't you, with these kind of matches? As long as they're done properly, though, it can be an enjoyable cluster.
Yeah.
And I think they did quite well with this. Again, I'm going to go back to Luna. Luna, I think, was a solid
star in it,
on this. And TJ as well, TJ Sky. He played the fucking heel, the shit-eating.
He has the character, don't he? Yeah.
So well. And that's not his natural thing. He likes to be a good guy. He doesn't like playing the heel, but my wife absolutely loved him. Like the facials he was pulling throughout as well. It was fucking brilliant.
I think he has that face to be a heel. I'm going to be honest. He has that face.
That face where you just want to slap him.
Yeah, just like
in
that
a good
face.
way.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, stop it, you bastard. Every second of it.
But yeah, back to Luna Blue as well. Look, because I've only seen her twice, both at BCCW. I don't think she got to show as much with the last show. I can't remember. Oh, she was against Bevan, I think it was.
Bevan.
So it wasn't as like she didn't get to show as much. But in this match, like she's more athletic than I expected. Doing like tilt-a-whirls everywhere. There was one I did like. There was a weird spot where she was getting passed around, like moving her legs, getting like she was on the court and just getting passed back and forth. It was like, but yeah, that sets up. I said Lucas Cashmere, Luke Douglas, and Jack Ball at the next show. And then what was the main event? Due to certain circumstances, we had the 0121, Dan Maloney and Man Like the Reese, who is literally everywhere. Just everywhere. Like the guy had 50 shows. He had more than 50 shows, but he was at 50 different promotions last year, which is insane. Dan Maloney, love for the driller. And they were against Charlie Sterling and Lee Hunter. Lee Hunter baffles me at BCCW. I've never seen a heel Lee Hunter.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it?
And it's in Tipton.
Yeah.
Lee Hunter in Tipton. Yeah. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm so used to old school Lee Hunter, Tipton, and like, when I first saw him, and I was like, oh, Lee Hunter's here, he's just hit someone from behind, oh, Lee Hunter's a bad guy. Oh, God, he's a real bad guy.
And he's so good at it.
Oh, he does it a lot. Lee Hunter's just, like, he's a great wrestler, and, like, his face work's great, but the heel work, I think he's a better heel. Like, I think it's so much remorse and anger he's brought out in it.
He takes that built-up frustration. Like, he could be in any promotion on the planet.
Yeah.
He's that good.
Underrated. So underrated.
And he fucking owns it, and it's brilliant. And again, this is another one of the moments where he's up against the 0121, and again, he comes up short. So you've got that frustration, and playing off with Sterling as well. What are you doing? I paid you to beat him. So it was brilliant. It was great all the way through.
Yeah, this was a good main event because it was like a typical. It was a proper it was definitely face versus heel, but like it was like the comedy element of the heels as well. It was like they were serious, but there was comedy moments. Like there's a moment where I love the good old fashioned. So they do it first where they grab the arm and it's actually Driller or Mandatory whamming it. And then later on in the match, they try and do it again, and somehow it ends up with Charlie Sterling and Lee Hunter just whamming his arm. I love that kind of spot. They had the typical ref has no control of the match kind of spot where both guys are just absolutely obliterating someone. The ref's just going, okay. But yeah, it did end up with the 0-1-2-1 picking up the win after just like 22 minutes of absolute. This was my, like I said, Joseph Connors, Loud J. Clear is your match tonight. This was my match tonight. It was just a fun atmosphere. And I think, as you said, with the Joseph Connors one, he had to get the crowd behind it, whereas obviously 0-1-2-1 just have the crowd behind them because of their 0-1-2-1. I still don't get it. I'm going to be honest. Like 0-1-2-1 get chants in like Liverpool for the 0-1-2-1. It's like it's a Birmingham post like area code, you know.
It makes zero sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, zero sense.
It's at the same time. It's like Lee Hunter being a heel in Tipton.
Yeah,
it makes no sense. It fucking works.
Yeah, it makes literally. Oh yeah, it's still baffles. Every time you say it, like it just baffles me. Lee Hunter a heel in Tipton. Like anywhere else, I could kind of get behind it because he's not in Tipton, but he's in Tipton. It's like, you know.
I refuse to boo him still because he's just that good.
No,
and obviously because I've met him that many times now as well. I'm like, hey, it's Lee. He's fucking amazing.
He's such a it's like a review and probably ruin it. He's a gimmick, you know, but he's such a nice guy as well. Like, there's a story with basically when I used to take my nephew to Kamikaze. His favourite wrestlers ever were the Hunter brothers, and he was scared to meet them. Like, absolutely horrified to meet them. So I just went, go up to him, and then he wasn't having it. So what I did was I went to Luke, to both the Hunter brothers, and went, can you meet my nephew? Like, because they knew me from training and stuff. And he went, yeah. And like 10 minutes, 20 minutes passed, and I thought, oh, they'll probably forget, because obviously they've got a lot of stuff on. Out of nowhere, they just appear behind him. He literally looks like he's meeting gods. Just like, you know, it was just really lovely. But yeah, except for that, Lee Hunter's a dick. Let's get back.
Yeah, he's a dick. Forget it.
But yeah, I rate that 3 3/4. I really enjoyed the matchup, and it just topped off. It was a very, very good card, very good show.
It was like start to finish. This went well. Like we said, the first match is only three, maybe 4 minutes long.
Yeah,
but it was so good for that short moment. I don't want to compare it to Owen Hart and Mr. Perfect, but they had like a really short match, and it's still memorable.
Chemistry,
and they did the same thing, and it was really good. Right the way through to the end, like you said, with the main event, 0-1-2-1, so over. It is insane.
It's silly. Oh, I'm going to be honest. The only thing I'm going to throw out here now, man like the Reese needs a second part of his rap now. Yeah, because it's not his fault, but I obviously go to a lot of shows, so I see him a lot as well. So it's just the same rap.
You're like, give me.
Yeah, that's just full on.
Like our truth. There you go.
But it's just, it makes me laugh as well because he's got the first part of his rap, and then it's like he decides that the second part he just goes when I say that. It's like he hasn't got another lyric. But man's over. It doesn't matter what I think.
Yeah, who are we? Yeah. I like to be anti-Derice where I can. But like I find myself still cheering along and laughing as we go because it's like I'm going to be the anti-Derice just because everyone else is cheering. I want to be different, but it's so good.
Yeah, I do the jokey wind-up chants like Derice is on fire, and I just go, well, put him out then. Just like, you know, it's just that kind of thing. But yeah, overall, very, very good show. Like I probably enjoyed this more than like I said, the first show I went to was very good as well. I'm not saying that, but like, this show, I really enjoyed this show.
BCCW gets better each show. It's like strength after strength. It just keeps growing, and you just know that's where it's going to keep going. It's really exciting to be like there to witness it grow.
No, yeah. To get in on the grounding, said it's not been going that long, so it's getting involved in this has been pretty cool. And what I probably should have mentioned as well, Rolling Over versus Mark Clark. Rolling Over wasn't supposed to actually be there. It was supposed to be CJ Rollins. A good journalist would probably have mentioned that. But yeah, it just clicked in my mind. I just looked at the title page and went, oh, CJ Rollins. Oh, yeah.
CJ Rollins, obvious fan favourite, CJ.
Yeah, he's incredible, CJ Rollins. Just like the first time I seen him was BCCW, and he incredible. So it was good he wasn't at the show, but obviously he'll more than likely be at the next show, hopefully. And before we go from this, so they've announced, not matches wise, but who's going to be appearing on the show. And they've just slipped in a guy just out of nowhere. He slipped in the notes of like who's going to. I'm just going to quickly try and run through it. I'm just going to find the event page quickly. just slipped him in. I was just like, hold on, when I was reading it. Here we go. So announced so far. So you got like Lucas, the triple threat. You got Driller. You got Joseph Connors, who's going to be back. Man like the Reese. Lee Hunter, the Canal King. Aluna Blue, Clark Wood, Keane Kelly's going to be back, who was at Mega Slam today. James Mason, Riley Nova, Harry Singh, and then just randomly just throws it in there. Oh yeah, Leon Slater's there as well.
It's going to be a good show. I can't wait to see where they're going with all this now. Like Lee Hunter, obviously, he still wants his 0121 revenge, doesn't he? That's a running thing now.
Yeah.
So who's he going to bring along this time?
What's worse?
He's tried everybody.
Leon Slater's part of the 0121 as well, so he's going to bring someone along and now, here's Leon Slater just to ruin your life.
It,
yeah.
Okay, I've got a new partner. What are you going to do now? Oh, shit, you've brought a third.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, you've won up me again. But yeah, so that's the end of the review. Make of what that was what. So as usual, like and subscribe. I'll be putting the links to your channel in there as well. Hot tag. Go watch their videos. I was stalking Rain Man videos are perfect. Shoot the shit. Well, to be fair, the whole channel, I love it. It's just absolute chaos. And you can tell you all get on. That's all. That's what the chemistry is.
We're not very politically correct. We don't understand not swearing, and we drink heavily.
Yeah, you're like literally the opposite of the YouTube algorithm. It's like, don't drink on camera, don't swear.
We've got this whole list of things like not to do, what to do within certain time frames, what not to do at certain times. And I'm like, right, fuck that. Let's do it instead.
It's so good though. So yeah, link will be in the description when this is out. Not sure when it will be out, but it will be out. Your Instagram handle's been below on the side. As usual, just like and subscribe. Get down to BCCW for the next show. Tickets on sale. It's just going to be a great show, I'll be honest. But yeah, so that's bye from me and from yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on as well.